Morning, everyone. So I just woke up with like huge epiphany. Just woke up. Don't mind me. Anyways, this is really important, so I really wanted to get this out. And hold on, gotta turn off the light. Okay, so I gotta show you something. How am I gonna do this? Not camera professional here. Turn it around with me. Okay, so this is my little cabinet thingy. This is where we hold all the special things. I should give you a tour. That'd be kind of fun. We should know how to turn this camera around. But anyways, there's this thing up in the corner. Up here, let's see. I gotta get it out without breaking things. Be very careful. Okay. So. Okay. Let's see if I can get through this. I gotta get this out though. I made this. I'll show you it. Isn't that kind of cool? It's very sparkly, right? Well, of course it's got sparkles. Oh, there we go. We got better lighting here. Oh, kind of reflect. Oh, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to show this to you, but then I got to read it to you. That's kind of neat because, okay, so I was at a domestic violence workshop in 2014. And towards the end, they have a craft day for self-expression. And I made this one. Music was the background because, like, I really love music and I love it being my background of, like, in life. It's helped me to breathe, focus, achieve things and stuff like that. Made it through flute very far because it was my coping skill, you know, just keep playing. But anyways, I gotta read it. At the top, the music in the background is, I chose a Sweetheart by Waltz. Hold on. Ugh. Come on, face. Whew. So it's collaging. I love collaging. I just like randomly cut things out and save them, and then when I have time, I like to glue things. I have a gluing issue. Don't give me super glue though. That's a bad idea. This one's Mod Podge. Another than glue sticks. We're safe. It says, "Be who you were created to be, and you will set the world on fire." So that's like been one of my goals. And the big one, you are meant to shine. You gotta cover that with glitter, you know? If it's both terrifying and amazing, then you should definitely pursue it. Errata? I don't know how to pronounce that one. Or ERADA. But anyways, I would sit with that. If it's both terrifying and amazing, then you should definitely do it. Or definitely pursue it. So I was like, actually I'm going to read this last one and then I'll tell you. Everything will be okay in the end. If it's not okay, then it's not the end. So I glued these 4 things onto this paper with the background of music. You know, colored it with some watercolors, make it pretty, add some glitter, make it me. But as I read it, I'm like, be who you're created to be, and you'll set the world on fire. But in 2014, I sat there and I was like, well, who am I? Who am I? Who do I be? What am I doing? Where am I going? What's God want from me? I didn't have answers. If it's both terrifying and amazing, I thought about that. I'm like, if it's scary, but really cool, do it anyways. But I wasn't surrounded with enough adventures, I guess, to really embrace that. So I just kept going. Making it all pan out, whatever. And everything will be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, then it's not the end. Specializing in trauma and the work that I do, I always tell that to people. I'm like, it'll be okay in the end. If it's not okay, it's not the end. It's fine. As I tell that to other people. But I wasn't in an environment where I felt that and experienced that. Like, I've always made everything okay. No matter what, it was like, I didn't experience the it's not okay. Like, I've been in a lot of not okay situations, which when people hear my stories, they're like, you're what? You experienced what? I know, I just make it look easy, but it's not. Should probably get a tissue. I gotta put this back. Keep it safe. I'll do a quick view here. Oh, so pretty. It's all the rocks and fun treasures and people, memories. But anyways, okay, I'm pausing so I don't lose everything. Okay. Everything's gonna be okay in the end. You know, when you go through life's trials and tribulations and everything's such a hot mess, and you hear that phrase of like, everything's gonna be okay in the end. And like, everything's not okay. It's like a hot mess, right? You're like suffering in silence, or just like, you know, crying your eyeballs out all the time, or your heart hurts and not knowing what to do in life. All that. It's not the end. Because everything has its purpose, and you got to go through the journey. And the journey is not guaranteed to be like rainbows, butterflies, you know, unicorns, stuff like that. It's a journey. So you're like climbing mountains and over logs and through the water and behind the waterfalls, and you get to still see the stars and, you know, hear the birds and see the trees and stuff like that. But it's a journey, so sometimes you trip and you fall, you get all muddy and gross. Sometimes you get lacerations and you're bleeding everywhere. Sometimes you fall in quicksand, and the more that you move, the more you drown. And you gotta like stop and breathe and strategically get out. Everything's gonna be okay in the end. But what hit me this morning is that the end is here. Because everything's okay. But it still hurts. But the end came. But everything's gonna be okay. It's so interesting because I'm a fighter. I do a lot. I deal with a lot. Like, if you guys even only knew all that I've been through the last 3 weeks, I can't even post it all because it's so private. Because it's not my stories to share, because I'm there with other people going through their journeys. It is not my story to share. So I can't even share all that I've been through. But the people who do know all that I've been through, it's a lot. but I still show up smiling because it's gonna be okay. This too shall pass. I didn't get what I wanted, but I was gifted bigger purpose. A reminder to keep God number one. Like, I always knew that we're supposed to keep God number one. But I don't think I felt that before. I didn't feel the keeping him number one. I was gifted time and space to fill the biggest gap in my life. I didn't feel the unconditional love, even though that was what I was seeking. That's what I was teaching. That's what I was shooting for. Everything. It was all about unconditional love. But the reality is I didn't feel it. So through trials and tribulations, I felt everything. It hurts to go back. In 2021, it was really crazy. My life was so crazy that I knew certain things, but I didn't feel certain things. In 2021, I was sitting in my office while I was crying, and it hit me, and I'm like, when did my dog die? I don't know when, what year he died. I had to look. It's in our cupboard. Well, I guess my cupboard now, but whatever. It's JJ. Little thing. In 2021, I had to come back to this box because I couldn't remember what year he passed away, and it felt like a year ago. It says July 27th, 2016. 2016. Does anybody realize all that I've been through in 2016? Well, that's another story. But the fact that it'd been so long, and then I was crying because that day when he passed and we had to take care of all that, I went to work and cared for others. I cried for half a minute in the parking lot, sucked it up, and went to help everybody else. I never finished mourning. And it didn't hit me till 2021 when I was left alone. There's a lot of those stories, though. I boss ladied through a lot of stuff, but I didn't feel. 2021 was my hardcore. I felt everything. Times people had cancer, people that passed away, little animals that passed away, even my bird, my dog, divorce, loss of my kids, like lots of stuff. It all hit me in 2021. It's amazing what silence and isolation does, hey? I just woke up with knowing I'm actually accepting that something in my life is ending. because I think I've always just like, okay, that's the end. Next project, next person, next whatever. Got a TCB. But I'm sitting with this one. It's actually ending. That's so sad. But it's a blessing too, because I learned so much. It's gonna be okay. If it's ending, if something's ending, then it's gonna be okay. So I've got to just like keep faith and just know that it's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Even though it's ending. But I just really want to share that with you. That everything's gonna be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, life is crazy and hurts and going through trials, tribulations, fights, and whatever's, it's not the end. Just keep going. But don't just keep going in the bad stuff. Like, strategically, like, find your positive alternatives. Make your way through the journey. Get through those obstacles. Look up to God to give you that strength, courage, love. Fill the gaps and the safety harness that you need to get through the journey. And then when you hit because it's about the journey, not the destination, you know? But then I was like, it's always about the journey. We're always on a journey until we don't take our last breath, you know? Well, when we do take our last breath, then our journey ends. But it's a journey, not the destination. But when a destination comes, it's the end. Just know, good, bad, hard, indifferent, whatever, it's gonna be okay. Let me keep my tissue. I knuckle. Hot messness. It's okay though. Moving forward, keeping God number one. So that was a huge reminder. It's actually pretty fun though. I highly recommend it. Plus yucky human sinness does not exempt you from earthly stuff though, just so you know. And feeling God's unconditional love. It's really interesting. It's way peaceful. A lot more peaceful than seeking from others, because we're humans. We kind of suck. Even though we're like, we're made in God's image, but we're humans. Sinful. Make mistakes, make bad choices. By the way, there's a difference. I'm just saying. That's another story. I don't know. Everything's gonna be okay. God number one, His unconditional love. Keep going until our last breath is taken. In the meantime, gotta live life to its fullest. Have lots and lots of laughter. That's way more fun that way. And love. Love with all our hearts. Spread love. Give love. Receive love. Don't forget to receive. It's good to give. But for us givers, it's important to receive too. You know, there's two things. I keep pausing because my mind keeps going blank. Bear with me here. A mild brain injury. It's fine. Just work with it. Just roll with me here. There was something else I wanted to tell you. Dang it. Oh, the struggle is real. I don't know. Okay. I lost it. Dang it. Live, laugh, love. Ooh, okay. I made something up I want to share. It was kind of cool too. Okay, so I was thinking about grief and how to move forward with grief. And I looked up all the different stages that you go through when you're grieving and all this research and stuff like that. So I can best help other people. But me and my acronyms, I swear, like Smiley Lifestyle, in case anyone doesn't know that one, Smiley is an acronym for sharing moments, impacting lives, and empowering you. And it's like sharing moments, spending quality time with people, positively with like the people that you love and care about. Positively impacting as many lives as you can, and encouraging yourself to keep going forward and encouraging others. So encouraging you, whether I'm encouraging you self or encouraging you, and have fun doing it. That's important. You gotta have fun. Oh, I remember what I wanted to tell you. So about the end. Ay, nako. This is gonna be a while. Hold on. It's important. Oh, okay. So, perspective about life and death. I'm not scared of dying, because if it's the end, it's gonna be okay, right? I'm not looking forward to like that transition of like when I'm dying, but I love life and I'm not afraid of death. My perspective on it, though, is if I wake up and I'm taking another breath, it's because God has a purpose for me. I'm on a mission. So I gotta get up and get stuff done. Like, there's lives I need to impact, there's things I need to do, growth that needs to be had, all kinds of things. We're on a journey. We're on a mission. A God mission. He's like, you are on earth for a reason. Or else why wouldn't he have picked somebody else and saved me all the trouble? I'm just saying. So he put me here on earth for a reason. So I wake up, take a breath. I'm like, okay, I'm on a mission still. Get up and do stuff. But one day, when I don't wake up and I've taken my last breath, it's still okay. Because that means that my mission is done. And God said, you've done what you're supposed to do here on earth. Your mission is done. Now I get to go rest. And I accomplished the mission that I was sent here to do. That means I nailed it. So if I nailed it and I'm no longer here, that means the baton has been given to the next person, and it's their turn to keep going, to live their purpose, as we're all like the different puzzles to the big puzzle pieces to the big picture. But if you don't show up, you end up being like a missing piece in the puzzle. You know, like you buy a used puzzle. It would be really annoying if it was a new box too. But if it's new, or no, I mean, if it's used and then you put the puzzle together, you're missing like one piece, you're like, no! That was so annoying. But I have this thingy over here. We're just doing a tour because I just want to share. I feel like sharing with you guys today, so whatever. But anyways, this is a puzzle that I did. And isn't it cute? So like the endless sky of the universe, Earth, and all these humans and things. I feel like really close. If we don't show up to do our mission here on Earth, we end up being the missing piece of the puzzle. So we gotta show up so that the whole puzzle goes together. Because one affects the other. Like, what if you're missing like the part? What if you're like missing, like, for example, the corner piece? What if you're the corner piece, right? And that affects like the entire this strip and the entire this strip and like that little linky part, that like this whole part. So like if you're the corner piece that's missing, I should have used that one. Dang it. The puzzle falls apart. So like it's so important for us to show up and be our pieces of the puzzle and find our place and do our jobs. And then when it's not our turns, because we're in our puzzle piece place, and God's like, okay, next puzzle piece to finish the picture. So show up. Show up. Those times when it's scary. Oh, like I said, if it was scary, terrifying, and amazing at the same time, show up! Do it anyways, because you never know like who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna go through, what you're gonna experience, the amount of laughter that has possibilities. And even if you show up and it's a drama moment, learn the lesson from it. What was the lesson from that moment? Because that's gonna catapult you to the next part. But when you show up, it makes everything that seems so impossible totally doable. Totally doable. I went to Dubai, which that's another subject, but I'm just gonna put this out there. Some people encouraged me on that trip. Some people were like mean to me about that trip. But you know what? I powerfully chose. I wasn't in a financial position at the time when I made the decision. But I was sitting alone in my office, and I powerfully chose I wasn't going to miss out on opportunity. And the theme of the entire trip was making the impossible totally doable. How can I not go to a retreat like that? Seriously, especially when I'm just sitting in my office crying my eyeballs out on the borderline of suicide. Seriously, like there's other possibilities. Just needs to happen. So I made stuff happen. I made phone calls. I worked my hiney off. 35 days to departure. I made it happen. I also made it happen so that I could go on the trip and still take care of the family and my responsibilities here at the house, and made life-changing experiences happen. So if I can pull off Dubai, number one, I feel like I could do anything because that was intense. Number two, if I can do that by showing up, you guys can do it too. You just gotta powerfully choose, and then you gotta show up for it. Get it. Get it. Whatever it is that's like super scary or like exciting, invigorating, but like you get the social anxiety, the insecurity, the judgments, the I don't feel like leaving the house, I don't feel like getting dressed, the weather out there is crazy, whatever it may be. Take a moment. Just breathe. just know that when you show up, it's going to be way more amazing than staying here in the house. So go showing up feeling like unsure, showing up unsure, whatever. Just take a breath and go for it, and smile when you get there, and everything's gonna be okay. You'll eye contact. Oh my gosh, you're scared going into somewhere? A smile and some eye contact fixes the entire thing, because it allows you to connect with others and allows the open possibilities of who knows what. Just keep the faith in it. You got this. So I encourage you to show up, be your little piece of puzzles, and everything's going to be okay in the end. And if it's not the end, if it's not okay, it's not the end. And if it is the end, it's going to be okay. Stay close to God. Keep him your number one. Oh yeah, it was God's rules as a parent is like the 10 Commandments, and everything else is, if you want to be happy, this is what you do. Power of choice. You choose. But his rules are there to protect us and so that we could live happy, and he loves us too. So there's that. But you still have power of choice. This is his rules versus suggestions. Anyways, this was a lot. But I never do this, and I woke up with this epiphany this morning and really wanted to share with you guys. My pajamas. My hair done. Anyway, love you guys. And I thank you all for as much support that you guys gave me getting through my journey. I look forward to showing up for you. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And go out and live life the fullest. Share some laughter with people. Have fun. And love lots. Love you. Mwah.